Hello everyone and welcome back to Terra Invicta, where last time we've been really trying to build up our space fleet, and we're getting towards the point where we might consider taking on one of the enemy fleets, so we are definitely going to aim for that today. And the war on Earth got pretty bloody. We lost Kokomo, and we lost Kokomo's replacement very shortly after, both to attacks by the servants, so we are really going for them. And so today should be a very interesting one with hopefully a lot of combat, hopefully some space combat, so let's get into it. Here we've just launched another new ship in lunar orbit, so I'm going to merge those and send them towards Earth. I'm going to leave the lunar shipyard turned off for just a little bit, just because we're reaching our mission control cap, and I'd prefer just to focus our fleet building in Earth, focus our fleets together. Either way, I'm going to merge these two together and send them over to Earth. So we've done terrestrial military science, so we can boost all human armies a little bit. Should be useful if the aliens ever show up with armies of their own. Okay, it's rather big tech, but I'm going to begin researching arrival security. Things that may help us defend the planet as a whole, which really fits into what we want. Here's Panic in Copenhagen. I'm going to deploy our forces. Completed advanced prospecting services, so we get 10% bonus to our mining. Be quite handy. Another ship done Earthshield 1, so let's add another to the queue. Okay, so I'm definitely going to pick up the Marine Platoon Barracks. Really cheap tech, and gives us a variety of really cool things. So it does let us start doing hostile things to other HABs. I think it defends the HAB itself, and it gives us some ops directly. 5 ops a month is really quite a lot, so yeah, definitely picking that up. Defend our HABs. Especially because I get the feeling that when we start blowing up alien fleets, the aliens are going to start getting real angry with us real fast. Just going to grab Poseidon's semiconductor for Leighton Go. Just give him some more science. He's got a lot of, more research. He's got a lot of science, which gives us better bang for our buck there. The Wolfhound Forge group might be pretty good for him as well. Extra security, so hopefully won't immediately die, and extra science. Okay, there's stolen skunk works research from the servants. It's quite an interesting on the Southeast Asian Alliance, so Thailand gets a load of claims on areas around it. Problem is I don't want to expand too much around there. A lot of it's owned by the people I'm pretty much friends with, Humanity First and the Academy. Still, project to bear in mind. Nice, all of our new lab stuff is up and running. Okay, and I'm actually going to send a mining base to 69 Hesfera because it is now the base metals that we are struggling with, and there's quite a lot of them there, so it's probably going to be worth going for. Yeah, it's going to take another 2 years to get there, but fine. Nice Marine Platoon Barracks research is done. Set a really quick one. Okay, I'm going to start research on the shipyards, moving towards mass-producing spacecraft. Well, here's our Navy, now at 117 strength, trying to get up to 185. Got another probe, 135 Hertha. Also looks really good in terms of rare minerals and base minerals. The aliens already have a base there. Okay, aliens beat me there. It's Earthshield 1 is getting one of those marine barracks. I think I'm going to have to save up some base minerals to upgrade some of the rest. And another servant has been shot. Okay, a whole population of a small town in Thailand has just stopped moving. Okay, we're going to organize a mass evacuation. Okay, evacuation was successful. Didn't cost us too much and grant huge public opinion bonus for us. Very nice. And also nice, we have just purged the Exodus out of Thailand, and so we've now got complete control of Thailand again. Another ship has been built in Mars orbit. I'm prioritizing minerals currently for the Earth ships, so I'm just going to group together my Mars fleet. and stop production there for now. Pick that back up when we can, because I would like Mars to be defended. It is a very major base for us. Here, Czech Republic is pulling out of various things. The Protectorate's just trying to dismantle the UN and NATO. Very nice, we've got the patrol vessels tech up, so that gives us new cannons, new ship types, and start improving our fleet. Okay, so I'm going to research the Skunk Works, gives us something we can build on moons, or HABs in general, to do extra research, which I think opens up an extra little slot, so that might be quite useful. Okay, so the new classes of ships will take 2 support slots instead of 1. Yeah, I've developed a fairly expensive ship here, but seems pretty powerful. It's about twice as powerful as our previous versions, so kind of a bit of a coin flip as to whether it's worth building one of these or just 2 of the other ones for now. It does have a really nice giant gun on the front of it. Fairly expensive, but could probably do quite a bit of damage. Okay, so this is the Partisan class destroyer. It is sort of affordable. I'll need to save up on the resources a little bit. So yeah, significantly more expensive than the Marquis class. That's something we can keep in mind going forward. There we go, if nothing else, that significantly increased the number of ops that we have available. Building the marine barracks, that is. Okay, so whether we do destructive orbital testing around Mars, I'm going to approve it. Might come back to bind test, but yeah, got us research really quick. It's now completed construction module, so we can now build outposts on planets and asteroids, and jump from there onto shipyards. Okay, so massive earthquake in Los Angeles, but we can use that as an opportunity to show that we care. Wildfires in the US, let's limit the damage. The Protectorate have launched fleet. That might be a problem, since the Protectorate are not really on our side. Okay, probe arrived at Cleopatra. Looks reasonable. I think I'm going to send the base that I was going to send to my other place there instead. Or not. The Academy's already reached it. Yes, there's been a major breakthrough on my research labs on the Red Planet. I've got various options of what to do. I'm going to use the discoveries to increase human investment in outer space. So, spaceflight, boost, and mission control priority all increased. Those are all things that we are prioritizing with our default thing, since they give us bigger and bigger fleets, so that is going to be really useful. That was enough to complete Skunk Works. Let's go and quickly grab Energy Lab. I skipped this entirely before because we had a really good energy scientist, but she's dead now, so let's do this instead. Certainly one thing I've been quietly doing, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but it's what I'm doing. I am trying to repeat what I did in America to Europe. I am really popular in Europe, and so I'm just starting to increase the subversion level to see if we can start a civil war that will put me in charge of what is emerging as one of the major power blocks here. And I can kind of merge that in with some of my other European states. It's going to massively throw me over the control point cap, is the problem. But right now, even though I've got huge popularity, there's no way I can really chip into Europe, just because they're always protecting their interests there. So they've got a little shield symbol, which makes it really hard to fight them. So we'll see how that goes. Just an option that we can throw into the ring. Build shipyard project is complete. Yeah, I'm going to start researching the solar array and then probably the fission reactor array. They seem just like advanced versions of our current power generation, which should really help with some of the space projects. Okay, probe arrived at 19 Fortuna. Right now that will just give a big bonus to our water and our volatiles, but we're doing pretty good on both of those, so I don't think we really need to worry. Nice, we've got a new breakthrough. has given me a list of options I can pick. I'm going to split it between military applications and science, because that's going to give us several months worth of ops, which might be really useful going forward. And that is enough to tick us over to get the energy lab. Oh, and the solar array. Both of those have been completed. Right, so fission reactor array, start research that. Okay, so one of the researches I'm going to do Cermet Nova drive. I'm not really happy with our engines right now. This seems like a good balance of decent power with slowly getting the exhaust velocity, which is essentially the efficiency, up. Okay, Humanity First has completed railgun research, they're now moving on to directed energy warfare. Okay, probe arrived at 31 Euphrosone. I don't know how to pronounce that. Reasonable mix of various things. Just gonna take a look at that. Yeah, I think I might send something to that. It's got very good current orbital transfer window, so it shouldn't take too long to get out there. One of the most populous asteroids in terms of volatiles, really quite good in terms of water, then a little bit of base minerals on top of that. No one else has sent anything there yet, so I can grab that. 14 boost. Isn't really much of a problem these days. Cool. New ship. 138 is now our fleet strength orbit of Earth. So I think although we don't have all of the resources that we need, we can start construction of the Partisan, because it seems to bleed it out over time. Jesus, that's going to take 135 days. Okay, that's actually not too bad. The other ones I think are taking 90 days to build. Another asteroid. I think I'll just leave that one for now. And another. They're decent asteroids, but I just need to keep an eye on our mission control cap. Okay, for the Leighton Go, I'm going to get Landmark Industries. Bit of an upfront payment, but pays for itself in terms of admin, gives quite a boost to our finances, which are getting a little bit not great, just because of the size of our fleet. Another ship complete. Oh, I see. Maybe? Yeah, I think it just used a load of boost to make up for my resource shortfall. Which is fine, because we've got loads of boost, so if that's what it's doing, I'm going to put another Partisan into production. Oh, I see, yeah, we need a huge amount, and it's not going to start until it gets that, so I'm just going to cancel that. We should be able to afford one of the marquee ones a lot sooner, so those two should come online around the same time. Okay, so the aliens seem to be directly manipulating some of the Himalayan states, their leaders. Essentially looks like a purge mission for the servants, but the defences don't protect against it. It's not ideal. Got to hold off on the EU because there's a lot going on in India, lots of alien life forms that we're having to try and take out here. So that's Rachi's new full-time job. Okay, another orbital debris strike in Earth orbit. Can pay to limit its effect. So that's a solar collector. That's really not too bad. Okay, so it's going to take a bit of time, but I'm upgrading the solar collectors and Earthshield 1. Fission reactor array research is complete. Okay, I'm going to start light railgun battery research. Okay, wildfires in Canada, I'm going to limit the damage. Okay, going to give Leighton Myrus Global. Mostly just gives him a load of more admin. Psyche Mine is complete and online. Core, the mining outpost. And this is one that's giving us a load of extra base minerals, which is what we really need right now, so that is a big boost to us. Realise that for Hesperia and 31, we don't actually... I forgot to actually send off the mining units. So I'm going to do the rail cannon, a much better nose-mounted gun. Okay, the Academy has finished settlement HAPS. They're now doing advanced superconductors. America's got another new army. So is Germany. Okay, our probes arrived at Ceres. Unfortunately, all of the stations have already been taken on Ceres. So good news, we've got directed energy warfare. Bad news is the servants have grabbed control of that away from Humanity First. Next we've got light railgun batteries research complete. I want to get light rail cannon because then I can put those on the Marquis class ships, give them a really good upgrade as a refit. Pretty nice. Environmental Preservation Union can get that for Lei Tengu. Gives them a bunch of science, which is very useful. Okay, Russia just carried out a anti-satellite test. So there's more debris in low Earth orbit now. Okay, so I can impose sanctions on Russia because of the missile test. Russia's controlled by the Protectorate, so yeah, let's hurt Russia. Rail cannon research is complete. For marine assault kit, really quite cheap, all things considered. Actually, I'm going to go for settlement core first. Relatively cheap, and can lead to settlement mining complexes, which I'm guessing are more efficient versions, so interesting to go on. I've got the Partisan Mark II, a very much up-armored, well, up-weaponed version of the Partisan, now with a rail cannon on the central mount. Should be able to do a hell of a lot more damage, pretty much doubles its combat effectiveness. I can't refit the one that we're making right now, because the weapon change is too drastic, but any future ones are definitely going to be built to this design. Here we have now significantly upgraded Earthshield 1 with full shipyards. Did delay the current constructions by a little bit while those were being built, but should build those two much quicker going forward. Wildfires, we can take care of those. Nice light rail cannon research is complete. So I am going to do Marine Assault Unit on that tech. Yeah, so this is the Marquis Mark X class. Really redesigned it. It's now got a railgun on the front, railgun in the back. So a lot more damaging, not that much more expensive to manufacture. Not giving it a new class name other than Marquis, because I'd really like to save that for when I redo all of these to start putting in a different drive. But for that is what we're going to be building from now on. India's gone toward Chile. Here we've built Skunk Works, so we get new research that we can start putting in. Yeah, and with what we've got in mind for Europe, I'm going to go for institutional bastions. That gives us 10 more management capacity. I'm just going to be evenly spreading that around my 3 researchers. Oh god, H and Joe's just been assassinated. Okay. That is pretty bad. We don't really have a suitable alternative. What I'm going to do is pick up Zhaijing Pang. Since he's a physicist, so he can actually be a replacement for Kokomo. Does start with a huge amount of loyalty. Oh, no, that's just because he's got a trait which makes him always express that he's really happy. Okay, so not actually a bad one here. Jing Zhaoqi is a spy, decent enough persuade, really high investigation and espionage. A lot of possible missions, including the publicity campaign, which makes us sort of a replacement for our lost counselor there. But can do some other things as well, including controlling space assets, can also double as an assassinator to help out Rachi. So yeah, pretty good all-around counselor there. So given her the Gardena group in the Sahel space systems, so we've recovered some of what we lost. That's a big blow, but, well, we're just going to have to keep cracking at it. Okay, we've got the Marine Assault Units. That lets us build something on a ship that lets the ship assault hubs. Go for global listening networks, get us some more investigation when detecting aliens. So we've got arrival security. We were the ones to research that. Since our money isn't 100% fantastic, I may actually go with space tourism, just to see exactly how much these tourist berths give us. Another ship launched. We don't have enough resources for another Partisan class. I did start producing one in lunar shipyards. We can start producing the Marquis Mark X class. It's actually a little bit cheaper than the Marquis Mark III. That's only taking 68 days per one now with the new shipyards that we built. Another ship from Project Exodus. It's fine, we're really kind of neutral with Project Exodus. Okay, we got the Settlement Core project. Just because orgs are really powerful, I'm going to pick up a Rivals Market just to give us more orgs being generated, just give us some more choice. I think I'm going to upgrade Olympus Mons to a settlement. Really quite cheap, takes 40 days. Just like the other settlements, the hab upgrades, it does increase the mission control cap that it uses up, but should give us some more options of what we can put in. Very interested to see if we can get bigger mining things. Doing this on Olympus Mons, since Olympus Mons is really our most vital base, gives us a huge amount of base metals and rare metals, as well as a really big chunk of volatiles. Nice, our Partisan class destroyer has been launched. Okay, so Space Tourism was researched, but the Protectorate have grabbed control of that one. They're now researching particle cannon. Okay, I've got a good boost to military tech, so I might be able to take that back. There we go, there's our new Partisan class destroyer. You can see that is substantially bigger than the others. That puts our fleet up to 187 fleet strength, so I believe we are now slightly more powerful than the enemy ship. Yeah, Victor 22 is 185, so we are ever so slightly stronger than Victor 22. I'm just going to hold off until the other Partisan is done building on lunar shipyards and I can group it up with whatever I've built in Earthshield 1, because then that should put us well over, and then we're going to take on the weaker of the two enemy fleets. Ah shit. So our new councillor, Zizhangqi, is having an argument with Dankindu. They both hate each other. I can side with one of them, which will increase the loyalty slightly of whoever I slide with, massively decrease the loyalty of the other, equivocate, which splits the difference between the two and they both don't like me, or spend a huge amount of influence. I think I'm going to have to spend a huge amount of influence. Oh dear. Okay, we've detected an alien, Xenoform Alpha 3. He has some weird equipment and things. Yay, the Academy's done advanced superconductors, moving on to infrared combat lasers. Olympus Mons is upgraded. I don't have any tech to increase the mining outpost by the look of it, unfortunately. Pick up Zeus resources, going to put it on Ratchi. It's going to give us a 13% boost to our mining income. It's pretty big. Space mining, that is. Okay, so we can commit a whole load of ups to give us 38% chance at killing the alien. I'm going to still take that. Yay, Project Exodus has research biotechnology, is now doing advanced heat management. Ooh, now that one's an interesting one. 136 Benona. Really pretty high on its water output. Yeah, it'd be right up there with our top water producers. It's in a good launch window right now, so... and a fair bit of volatiles as well. Doesn't hurt, although we've got so many of those. Came down close, 50% chance in the end after the alien mood. We rolled a 57. Nice, we've got the global listening network, so we get a little bit more investigation when we detect aliens. I'm going to go for improved rail cannon. Rivals Markets is done. Oh, very nice. Operations Center lets us build things in space to improve our mission control cap. I am definitely going to invest in that. The first of our Marquis Mark X classes have just been launched, and so we're now up to 206 fleet strength, so I think once our fleets have combined, it's going to be pretty damn powerful. We'll just see what we do against the aliens. Oh, just missed another assassination attempt, 50%. Success again, rolled a 58. New project to damage the alien's ability to enthrall. That is very useful. And also very useful, very nice looking asteroid here. Merapi, no one else has claimed it, but it's got a load of base minerals. Really high base minerals, really high rare minerals, little bit of fissile. Yeah, nice. The other Partisan, this is the Partisan Mark II destroyer, has been launched in low lunar orbit. Okay, I'll take 15 weeks to get there. Getting these fleets are really slow, but still, once that arrives, our fleet is going to be pretty damn big. And actually, with the launch of that last ship, I don't think I'm actually going to wait the 6 months to get the reinforcing ship here. Instead, I am just going to take this and I'm going to engage Victor 6, the weaker of the two alien fleets. We renamed our battle fleet Terra's Fist, and we are going to transfer to Victor 6. 4 days to arrival. Again, just a bad roll on the assassination, so that's not happened this time round. Here we go, Earth's main battle fleet now on its way, fully burning towards the alien fleet. 4 days of burn to correct our orbit and intercept. Okay, here we go. Our two fleets are about to engage. Partisan as the flagship with 13 Marquis class vessels. Sorry, 14 Marquis class vessels of various classes there, including a couple of the new Marquis Mark X's. More than twice their strength. I don't know what is best for battle here. I have no idea. Let's just see what happens when we engage. So, tight line formation, long-range combatants on dispersed. No idea what any of that means. Let's just go. Both fleets are willing to fight. Okay, so here we are in our first space combat. Our fleets arrayed here. So now we can get some nice views of our ships. So looking through the tutorial, we can give commands to the fleet as a whole, or we can give individual commands to individual ships, including some fun things like ramming speed. This should be fairly straightforward from a tactical point of view because there's only one enemy. So I'll set it as our primary target. Ships have just volleyed their missiles out. The enemy seems to have some kind of directed energy weapon. Oh, we just lost our first ship. Partisan has taken rather heavy damage already. Lost another ship. Missiles seem to have mostly missed their ship, unfortunately. The ships just have next to no maneuverability here. I don't really know how I'm supposed to. I don't think they have enough thrust to be able to change their actual direction is the problem. So the enemy ship is just running rings around us. So the problem with all of these designs is, yeah, they're fuel efficient, but their thrust is so low they cannot do combat maneuvers. Because yeah, this is actually them turning, this is them trying to boost in different directions, but you can see this is their projected path, they are just moving in a straight line. Okay. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be back to the drawing board, because I don't think we've done any damage to the enemy. They have somewhat pissed off the enemy, though. Yeah, we were really relying on our missiles actually managing to, hit something. I am trying to disengage now, but I don't think we really can. Okay. Well, lessons learned. These engines, not good enough. We need a lot more thrust to be even vaguely capable of space combat. Not enough to bring fancy guns to battle, not enough to put armor on your ships. You need to be able to dodge, and ours just couldn't dodge. So their, on paper, weaker ship just ran absolute rings around us. Yeah, immediately going to cancel all ships in production, because those are not good enough at combat. Oh well, we got our first taste of space combat, first taste of space warfare, and got our ass handed to us. Absolute victory on part of the aliens, so much so they don't even consider me any more of a threat having attacked them. Okay, well, we learned something there. Oh, that was quite fun. The space battles are definitely interesting. I was confused at first with how the maneuver system was working, or didn't seem to be working. Then I realised it's just because our engines were that shit. So yeah, new designs will definitely be in the works. We'll have to build up our fleet again, largely from scratch. But we'll get there, we'll get into space, and we'll do some damage to the enemy. I hope you join me for that one. If you like this one, please do like, subscribe, comment, all of that. If you have any tips for me, particularly when it comes to designing these new ships, please do leave them down below. And otherwise, I hope to catch you in the next video. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers!